What's going on, you 6 motherfuckers? It's me. I'm back at it again, motherfucking part 6. Dude, if Asta was a reincarnation of Madara Uchiha, my bad. This series has been on hold for over 3 months. I think coming up to 4 or maybe more. I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. My bad. I actually just rewatched the series, so some of my information about the series might be a little iffy, but hopefully you guys do not mind that. But other than that, let's get into why I'm doing this series again and why I picked it up. I was gonna pick it up a little later. Hopefully this will be coming out around 2 or 3 in the morning on the 20th of March for me. The reason I did it was because of Aiden. Happy birthday to his bitch ass. He made me do it earlier, and I also promised him that I was gonna release it somewhere near his birthday, and so I am. Now, other than that, let's get right back into this bitch. Okay, so last time we left off, Asta just shitted on the Eye of the Midnight Sun, all four of them. And, they obviously head back to the Black Bull's hideout, and when that occurs, after a couple hours of their little dumbass eating contest that they have, Yami and Asta are called to the capital by Marx, I believe. And when that happens, they obviously head to the capital. They're introduced to Marx. Marx introduces himself. Yami still makes fun of Marx, calling him Mushroom Head. And Asta laughs a little, because it's a little funny, Mushroom Head, his dumbass name. And, yeah, Marx is a little offended by that, but hey, it's no biggie. He's always called names by Yami because he used to that. It's the norm. But hey, yeah, Marx obviously tells Asta, please follow me, while he tells Yami to go to the captain's meeting. As that occurs, obviously Yami goes down there, Marx takes Asta downstairs, and when Asta reaches downstairs, he's met with the sight of two captured people. And Julius the Wizard King, yes sir, we bring that motherfucker in here again. But yeah, Asta, says, oh, it's nice to meet you again, Julius Nova Chrono. As, Julius obviously replies, likewise, Asta. And, we brought you here today because, we obviously heard about your anti-magic and we wanted you to test the theory out. Hopefully you can use your anti-magic swords to get rid of this magic spell that they are put under and allow Marx to use his magic on them so that he can look through their memories. And Asta says, oh yeah, definitely. As, he obviously takes out his sword and he says, I have to use this thing for pretty much the first time. As he dinks him on the head and he says, alright, there you go. Do you want me to go back or do you want me to stay here? And he's like, oh no, you can stay here if you want. So Asta's like, oh, cool. Alright, I'm gonna stay here. And now we head back to the captain's room as, Yami obviously still asks the question, Vengeance, do you happen to use light magic? As obviously Vengeance responds with, no, I don't use light magic. All this discussion occurs, and, we're over here trying to impersonate everyone. He's trying to lighten up the mood. Real do as he should, bro, for real. After that, Marx is calling right when Yami just got finished getting a little pissed off at Ro for trying to impersonate him. As Marx says, well, hello there, sorry that Julius couldn't come up here, but the captain's meeting will be taking place at another part. Please come down here to the dungeon, or whatever the fuck they call it, I don't know. As, they all comply, because, yeah, and they're a little bit pissed off, because, they were waiting there for a while, and, Julius's bitch ass never shut the fuck up. But yeah, as they head down there, there's this tension in the room when they all enter, and they're like, ooh, what's this tension about? You know what I'm saying? As, after a while of talking, they discover that they look through their memories and that there's a traitor among them. And when that occurs, obviously all the captains are like, yo, where's the traitor? Marx replies with, well, the traitor's among us. Everyone in this room. More importantly, or more specifically, the captains. And the one who is the traitor is Poizot, leader of the Purple Orcas. As everyone turns to them, as Poizot's obviously bewildered, he's like, no, I'm not the captain. You guys are trying to frame me. You have no statistical proof. As, Marx replies with, did you forget what my magic was? I can look through people's memories. And it shows you making deals with people. So, what do you have to say for yourself, Poizot? As Poizot is obviously flustered as, he says, no, no, this is a lie, as he opens up his grimoire and starts using his magic. And as you know, his magic doesn't let any other magical spell hit him. It just passes through him. But physical attacks can still hurt him. As when he starts running, Asta is just like, Yami, do you want me to go take care of him? As Yami says, yes, please do. As Asta just, blitzes all the way ahead of Poizot near the front of the thing. As you know, Poizot didn't see him. He was going too fast. As Poizot thinking he got like a slimmer of hope left. I can escape. I got this. I'm good. I'm free. 100%. I'm out of this bitch. Until he reaches the doors and he opens it and he sees Asta's bitch ass. And then he says, fuck. I'm dead. As Asta just looks at him and he says, yeah, you are. Well, you're not going to be dead, but you're going to be in a world of hurt. Physical attacks can hurt you, but magical ones can't. Luckily, I don't have any magic, so all my stuff works on you. As he runs through some hand size and he says, Fire style, fireball jutsu. As he fires that shit off at Poizot, and Poizot's burnt. And the real gets there before everyone else. And he does the same thing with his picture magic. And he obviously ensnares Poizot, trapping him. And, all the other captains. And you're just like, yo, what you doing, Real? Why'd you get here before us? As Real's like, well, obviously I would have gotten here before you, because if I didn't, you guys would have destroyed this entire building and probably more. And that would be a pain in the ass. And, Nozo's response was, well, yeah, obviously we would have done anything. Magic attacks can't hurt him, but physical ones can. And, this building can just be rebuilt by commoners. As Asta hears it, and he's like, I'll let him pass with that one. As that all happens, Asta's like, alright, there you go. You got your traitor here. As he walks onto the picture magic, and he kneels in front of Poizot. And he just looks him in the eye, and he just spits in his face, and he says, you're scum. You know that? Real scum. As he walks away, and he says, do we need anything else? As, Yami says, actually, yeah. Julius told us to wait for a little. Everyone else can go. You can deal with the traitor. As that's what they do. Asta and Yami head to Julius's office. And that's where Julius starts talking to them. And they're assigned the mission to the underwater sea temple. Yes, sir. Hopefully, in this what if part, I will be able to go through the underwater sea temple arc, the Witch's Forest arc, and this the Magic Night ceremony or whatever they call that shit. But yeah, let's get back. As when they're assigned the mission, obviously Asta still salutes, but he doesn't hurt himself this time, as he says, yes sir. As he says, well, you have a little bit of days, but we want you to get done before this day when it's the weakest. As Yami's like, alright, we'll keep that in mind, sir. As they arrive back at the Black Bulls, because Finral was there, I believe. He tells everyone, we've been assigned a mission by Julius himself. As everyone's like, huh? The Wizard King, why would he assign us a mission? He's like, well, we've been tasked to find another magic stone. And it appears to be in the underwater sea temple, near the strong magic region. We're gonna have to find a way to get through that, but other than that, pack your things and we're heading out tomorrow. And someone's like, woohoo, we're going on a trip. Let's go. And it's the beach. As Magnus like, bro, I have never seen the ocean. Have you, Asta? And Asta's like, I've seen the ocean. I don't know if it looks the same here, though. Most likely does, though. As Magnus like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Reincarnation shit. It's weird. And he's like, you get used to it. As everyone's like, alright then. As they all pack for the next day, and next day rolls around as they're all heading over there. Asta this time actually brought Gordon along because he didn't forget about him. As that occurs, Gordon, Gray, Ghosh, Vanessa, Noel, Yami, Finral, Luck, Everyone's there, bro. They chilling. And, after a couple of hours of flying through the air, you know, Magnus like, so are we there yet? Because, like, I haven't seen shit. Where's the ocean? And Noel's like, that's the ocean right there, you dumbass. And he's like, what's the ocean? That big blue thing? And she's like, yes, that's the ocean. Can I be any more clear for you? And he's like, all right, I'm not a dumbass, okay? I have superiority over you. And Noah's like, and I'm fucking royalty. Does that matter? No. As Magnus like, all right, you know what? Stop being an asshole, Noel, please. Asta, please tell your girlfriend something. As Asta's like, yeah, Noel, you need to pipe down a little. I'm not gonna lie, like you taking this royalty stuff a little too far. As Noah's like, you can't tell me what to do, okay? I don't care what you tell me to do. I'll do what I want to do. He's like, all right, I told you so, though. Might come back to bite you in the ass. Never know. As, they all get there. They all finally arrive to the resort or whatever the fuck it's called. And, you know, they all do their swimsuit shit. And, Noelle still got her swimsuit, obviously. And, Asta went to go pick it out. So she actually gets the same one, I'm going to say. Because I'm going to say Asta just says, I like that one. And so she chose that one. And, they've been getting a little closer, you could say, more comfortable with each other. So when they arrive there, obviously they do their little normal shit that they obviously did, but this time Noelle isn't as nervous as last time when she had her swimsuit. And they're all playing around in the fucking water, sand, whatever. And after a couple of hours at nighttime, Yami calls Noelle over and he says, "Well, we're gonna have to find a way to get through the magic region. So Noelle, you're gonna have to help us." And she's like, wait, can't Asta Susano just help us get us through there? As he's like, well, I already asked him that, and he said, no. As Noah's like, what the hell, Asta? As Asta's just like, hey, I want you to control your magic better. And you need to do that yourself. I ain't gonna be helping you throughout the whole way. And she's like, I know, but like, why couldn't we just do this when we had more time? And he's like, there's gonna be moments where you're put under pressure, and I'm not gonna be there, and no one else is gonna be there, and you're gonna have to be able to do things like that fast. You might have not been in that situation a lot, but it has happened, and you do remember them. Even in our first mission, luckily, you got that off. And I want you to control your magic better. You need to get rid of that blockage, and I did help you a little, but you're the one who's gonna have to make the final push, not me. And she's like, all right, but like, I don't know if I can. Nos is just like, you can do it. It's just, you don't believe in yourself. You need help. And like I said, we're all family here in Black Bulls, right? As Noah's like, I guess so. As she always there practicing over and over again. And when she gets like tired of mana, Asta just, gives her a little bit of things. Summons the King of Hell. He just keeps the King of Hell up. He don't care. As she keeps regenerating and regenerating her mana and shit. As she's going over and over again, and she actually gets it sooner than in the anime. And people cheering her on, like obviously the members of the Black Bulls are cheering her on, and she finally masters it. And when the last 2 days come, she's just practicing to get better control over it until like she finally perfects that shit. And she's like finally able to create the spherical enough to where she can make it through the strong magic region. As when the last day occurs, they start floating down there. Asta takes his Susano because, he wanted to be different. But he's there and he goes ahead of them and, he gets to the strong magic zone. He's like, damn, son, this shit look beautiful. As that occurs, and, he sees all the people there and he's like, yeah, nice, 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 nice. This is a nice place. As, everyone else arrives. And, Noah's like, wait, why'd you have to take your Susano? Couldn't you have just gone with us? And he's like, well, I wanted to arrive here sooner. Not trying to disregard your work or anything, but I just wanted to be here a little sooner. But, yeah, do you see how beautiful this place is, Noah? As Noah's like, yeah, I do see how beautiful it is, but, not better than up there. It'd be a nice place to vacation at, though. And he's like, yeah, you're right, you're right. As you know, they obviously all head over there, and you know, when they do that, they obviously meet the people, and you know, they're all welcoming and shit. Like, they're hella welcoming, too welcoming, if I say so. And after that, you know, obviously they're asking questions about who's like the leader of this place, and they're all pointing to the direction of the gates. As when they all head to the gates, the door closes, and Asta's like, the fuck? As they turn around, they hear this old guy. As one of the fishes heads towards them, and when that happens, Asta just slaps it out of existence. He don't give a shit. He's like, all right, show yourself. As the old geezer does, and you know, he's like, oh, well, hello there, newcomers around here. I heard you were looking for something. They say, yeah, we are. We're looking for the magic stone. Do you happen to know where it is? He's like, well, yes, I know where the magic stone is. Obviously, this is the bluff that he plays. Oh, I also forgot to mention that, yes, Asta and the crew, or no, Asta and Noel met Kahono. I forgot to add that part in there, my bad. But, yes, they did meet Kahono. And, you know, obviously, when they do that, you know, they strike up their same deal scene. Like, if my Black Bulls win, you know, you give us a magic stone, but if you win, we do whatever you want. And, you know, that's what they do. So he takes Captain Yami to the little special room, and, you know, as soon as that occurs, the games have commenced. As we head back to the surface, though, as we see Veto and his group of mages, as Veto is kicking the shit out of every single Clover Kingdom mage, as you know, Seke, or whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know, I don't care, I couldn't care less. You know, he obviously wakes up and he pussies away behind the rock. As when that occurs, you know, Veto's like, that wasn't even a good warm up. As he heads out and he says, come on now, let's go to the Sea Temple. As they all say, yes sir. Veto uses his magic, creates a whale, and they all step into it and they all go under the magic region. As when that occurs, the fighting has already commenced over there in the underwater Sea Temple. In the little, I guess you could say tournament style, maybe battle royale-ish. I don't know how to fucking call it. But, you know, the Black Bulls are easily dominating. You know, Charmy, Ghost, Gray, Vanessa, Luck, and Magna are together. Gordon, he doing the slight shit. You know, he doing the work. Not gonna lie. But when Magna and Luck are fighting, obviously, Kahono's dad, Veto's bitch ass appears. And when that happens, all the other mages appear as well. To where the mage who blocked in Yami and the old guy to stop them from interfering in the match is there as well, and he obviously blocks them as well. As we cut back to them, as you know, obviously Ghosh, Gray, Charmy, they all fight the mages. Vanessa fights the mage. As you know, the same thing occurs with Luck and Magna. They get mollywopped, same as Kahono's dad. He gets mollywopped as well. When that occurs, Yami and the old guy obviously tell everyone that you know there's an intruder in the games, and you know that's their number one priority now, to eliminate the intruders who dare tread upon this land. As Yami tells all his members, you know, like, go kick some ass. This is the moment where you surpass your limits. Right, Asta? As Asta replies, yes, definitely, Yami. As he picks up Kahono's brother. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. As he body flickers to where the fight's happening, as he leaves him there, go body flickers to everyone else, knocks out whoever they're fighting if they're still fighting, and he takes them back to the fight. As he just chills there, he don't care. As Veto sees him, and as he tries to go for Austin, but Austin just stops him with just a Susano's arm and ribcage. As he says, I'm not the one you should be worrying about fighting right now. You should be fighting them, not me. Isn't that right, Yami? You want them to surpass their limits, don't you? Well, how about this? If one of them's close to dying, I won't save them. They'll have to find a way to save themselves or each other. That's the only way to surpass your limits. And dig deeper. Now, let the fight commence. As everyone's like, whoa, 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 Asta, what the fuck? Why are you doing this to us? And he says, well, I want you guys to get stronger. I'm not always going to be here, so yeah, that's a good way. Even though I can't create my shatter clones, I don't feel like doing that every single time. I want you guys to be able to protect yourselves, and I also want you guys to become stronger than what you already are. So, I'm gonna let you do just that. As Veda just scoffs as he goes in to fight every single mate there of the Black Bulls. As soon as he starts fighting, he sees that their teamwork's actually kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. His Deku just starts talking. He's like, "You guys' teamwork is pretty good, but it's still kind of rusty and new. You guys need to find a way to get better." As all of them reply, "Just shut up." As Asta's like, "Oh, damn! I didn't know I came here to be disrespected. All right, then I see how it is. I'll just be quiet. I'll be sitting here in my Susano, and I'll let y'all fight. Enjoy to your heart's content. Yay!" I'll also have the King of Hell here to help you guys out. Other than that, I'll just be taking a nap. Good night. As he lays his head down, with one eye open, still watching the fight a little, but he's taking a little rest. Gotta get them Z's. As when that's occurring, their fight's going on and on and on, and it's going pretty well. Like, Veto's not able to catch up to them, as Finro and Vanessa is controlling everyone. Ghost is using his mirror magic, Charmy using her cotton creation magic, Magna and Luck, fire and lightning. As their teamwork is getting better and better and better, like somehow it's progressing so fast. As when Veto just says, "I have had enough of this," as he opens his third eye. As Asta, he actually kind of picks himself up and he's like, "Whoa, what's this? I've never seen y'all use this." As Veto replies with, "Yes, this was our trump card against you, but now I've been forced to use it." As Veto's magic is just increased by a lot. As now everyone's kind of getting wrecked. Like, their teamwork kind of gone to waste. As Asta just says, "Do I really have to step in for y'all? That's kind of sad. Like, y'all getting crushed by one guy. One guy." As everyone replies, "Shut the hell up, Asta. God dang. You're so fucking annoying. I don't know why you did this to us. You could have just beat him on your own." As Asta replies, "You know what I said earlier. I'm gonna stick to that. Well, unless I win an actual fight. Or when y'all are really getting pummeled out here and you're all about to die, then I'll save you. But until then, I'm gonna get a good night's rest." As he closes his eyes and he actually takes a little nap. As he's just fucking around with them. As if Susanna's still fucking up somehow. As they're like, "What the fuck? He's sleeping at this moment?" Oh my gosh. As they're all like just desperately, desperately trying to get their W. As Yami over here just laughing his ass off. As the old man's just like, "What is that person doing? Are you not gonna say anything?" As Yami's like, "No, no, no. He knows what he's doing. He's not actually gonna follow through with it. He's gonna help them if any one of them is about to die. He's just bluffing to make them surpass their limits." And it's actually kind of creative. I like it. You see, this is why he's my favorite. As we come back to the fighting scene as Veta is just trying to beat the shit out of everyone, but their teamwork's still holding up kind of well, not really well, but kind of. As one of them just gets caught slipping, and I'm gonna say it's Finral, because Finral is comedic relief. As Finral gets caught slipping, as his arms are just kind of just cursed, as he can't use them. As Veto does that, he uses the curse magic on him. As Finral just screams as because his bones are also broken as well. As Austin just wakes up and he's like, "Ah, fuck, do I really have to do this?" As he looks up, as no one notices he's awake yet, as Noelle goes over to Finral's side as she just starts charging up some magic spell that somehow just came to her in a moment of distress. As she starts talking to Veto, as she says, "Why are you doing all of this?" As Veto says, "No, this is beyond your understanding. You wouldn't understand, you human." As she says, "Well, if I'm human or not, it doesn't matter." As she yells out, "Sea Dragon's Roar." As that shit just goes right through Veto's arm. As Veto just looks at it, and he's like, as he just regenerates the whole arm. As Noel just looks at it and he's like, how? How could you do that? As Veto's just like, well, it's a bit of a plus. As Asta just looks up and he says, alright, I guess I'll join in. Hey, you ugly bastard. As Veto turns around, who are you calling an ugly bat? And before he could even finish his sentence, Asta's already right in front of him with his hand in his face. As he just kicks him back and slams him into the ground. As he says, don't you fucking dare do that dumbass bullshit again. But just for doing that to my friend Finral, I'll have to take your life. As he just starts fucking beating the shit out of Veto for no reason, just cause he felt like it. Hey, he's moderate. He can do what he wants. Real talk. But as soon as he's doing that, he's beating the shit out of him, beating the shit out of him. As Veto just says, stop, stop. Alright, I understand. I understand. Asta's like, no, 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 no. It seems you clearly don't understand because you keep doing this dumb shit and you're not even telling me why you're doing it. And he says, it's for revenge. As Asta stops and he says, revenge? What revenge? And he says, humans, royals and nobles, they killed us elves for magical power, for more mana. And we just want to get revenge. As Asta's just like, huh, you want to get revenge? Isn't that kind of dumb, though? You're dealing with a generation who wasn't even a part of that, and yet you're calling them responsible? It's kind of dumb if you ask me. Well, no use in keeping you here now. As Asta just... As Asta uses one of his truth-seeking orbs as he encircles Veto, and he crushes him inside the ball. All but to almost nothing. And he just opens it up and he says, dang, for revenge, huh? I've seen what revenge can do to some people, and it's not a good thing. I'm glad I put you to rest, Veto. As he lays out the body and he buries it, as everyone looks upon it, and everyone says, damn, that was cold as a bitch. As Asta just looks behind him, he's like, huh? What are you talking about? He says, what you did, that was cold as fuck. That was probably one of the coolest things you've done so far. And you've done a lot of cool things, Asta. And, he kind of laughs with them. As Yami, over there in the spectator room, he's laughing. As, he breaks out because the mage was still there, obviously. So he just beats the shit out of his ass as he heads over there. And, everyone meets up again. And they're all just laughing, right? Asta's still thinking about Veto, thinking about what kind of revenge was he trying to achieve, and how was he going to achieve it with these magic stones. Obviously, we see Nero coming back with a magic stone. As, obviously a lot of them need healing, so Asta just uses a King of Hell. And, he says, I don't know why you guys didn't use this while you were fighting, but screw it. Here, y'all can get in. Finral, you especially. Actually, you go first. Your arms just look like they in pain. I don't want you dealing with that anymore. I couldn't imagine what you're going through right now. Yeah, you should really get in there now. As, Finral's like, oh, I thank you, Asta. You're the best. As he walks in there, and he gets spit out, basically, and his arms are fucking perfectly fine. And that's what happens. They all get their magic stones. They say goodbye as Kahono and her brother. They talk about Asta and Noel as Kahono's brother is obviously starting to crush on Noel without knowing that Asta and her are dating. But Kahono does know this since they did meet. As she just says, I want to tell him, but I want to keep this little farce alive for a little while. It's funny. As that occurs, they head back to the Clover Kingdom. As when they head back to the Clover Kingdom, they obviously go back to the Black Bull's base. And when they head there, they do their little eating competition that they have in canon. And obviously, Charmy still brings along the mages that were captured from the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and she brings back Veto's body, even though Asta did bury it, but for examination purposes. As when that happens, Yami gets called by the Wizard King, and they obviously ask him to go report. As that is what Yami does. He asks Charmy to go along with him, and Asta's like, "Can I go along?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, you were there when he asked us to go do the mission, so I guess you can come along." Finral, get your bitch ass the fuck over here. We're gonna use you as a taxi again. And Finral's like, "What? I show off my skills, and you treat me like this? Nah, that's foul. But okay." As he opens up the portal, they head to the royal capital. As they're doing their report, they turn in the bodies and all the captured mages. As they give the report, and when they're doing it, something occurs as Marks calls the Wizard King. As Yami sees it. Oh, look, hey, it's Mushroom Head. Say hi, Asta. And he's like, oh, yeah, it is Mushroom Head. Hey, what's up? As Marks is like, that's not my name. Actually, it's not the time for this. The Clover Kingdom's under attack. One of the villages that is near the border is being under attack by the Diamond Kingdom, and they have no reinforcements. They just broke through our defenses. As they all put a serious face on, and Asta's like, "Where's this village at? If you don't mind me asking, I can go right now if I find Finral." He's like, "It's near so and so area." Oh, all right. I gotta go find Finral. Marks as soon as he says, "Okay." Oh wait, look! The Golden Dawn is here. As Asta turned around, he's like, "The Golden Dawn? Is there?" As Marks is like, "Oh, yeah, isn't that your brother? Yeah, he's right there." And he's like, "Damn, that's nice. I haven't seen him in a minute." Alright, I'll go find Finral. Yami, Charmy, follow me. We're gonna have to go deal with this. As they're like, alright. As Asta goes to search for Finral's bitch ass, as they find him, and Asta asks Finral, "Hey, can you take us to so and so place?" And he's like, "Why? Why do you want to go there?" And he's like, "Well, it's currently being under attack by the Diamond Kingdom, and I can't get there any faster, so if you don't mind, open up that portal, bitch." As Finral's like, "Oh, yeah, I got you, bro. I got you." As he opens up the portal, and Asta steps in, Yami steps in, Charmy steps in, Finral steps in. As they arrive, Golden Dawn's already fighting them. Vengeance obviously using his World Tree magic. You already know. As obviously the 8 Shining Generals, or 4 of them, are currently attacking with the rest of their force. As 2 of the 4 8 Shining Generals that are there, the one with clay magic and the one with lightning magic, are currently arguing over and who's gonna fight him. As they both do, wipes the fucking floor with him basically. Cause he been getting a lot fucking stronger, cause obviously he had to train against Asta. And Asta's a different breed. But yeah, he kind of mollywops him, and he's really smart with it. As Asta's there, he looks around. He's like, "Damn, they've been cleaning up pretty well, pretty well. I guess I'll help them a little." As he says, "Now, Shadow Clone Jutsu." As like 5 of them appear, and he's like, "All right, go take care of the little bitches. I'll take care of the stronger ones. I feel like having a good fight right now. I'll let Captain Yami take care of everyone he can, or anyone he can, I guess. I'll take care of the one over there." As he points to the one with the mucus magic, the one that's currently fighting Longris. As he says, "Finner, you want to go with me?" As Finner's like, all right, I'll go with you." As they go. As Charmy helps the people with mimosa, and then going there, Finner sees his brother. As Asta's like, "Hey, you alright?" Because he sees Finral's attitude kind of change. And he's like, yeah, I'm alright. It's just my brother's right there." And he's like, "Yeah, what about it?" He said, well, he's kind of an asshole, but I don't tell him that. I'm his big brother. I shouldn't be showing my emotion like that. And he's like, is he an asshole to you? He's like, yeah, but it's alright, you know. It's just because, you know, now he's this and that, and my dad doesn't really like me because my spatial magic's kind of weak, and his is, as you see, pretty fucking strong. Makes fun of me for it, but I don't really care. Asta's like, alright, I see how it is. I'll teach that motherfucker a lesson after I'm done with this bitch. Asta just straight up fucking mollywops the mucus magic mage. As he starts swapping hands with him, as he's fucking fighting the mucus too. He's bobbing and weaving, dodging all this shit. Like it's nothing. Like it's a play date with children, bro. He's like, hey, you're like a baby trying to fight an adult. The fuck is you gonna do to me? You haven't heard of me, but that's because I don't want people knowing to me. But hey, I'm about to wipe the floor with you. Hold up. As you know, he uses his earth jutsus as he says, nah, earth style, mud wall. As he slams his hands on the ground, mud wall appears as he, that's a diversion, as he body flickers behind the mage. As he says, yeah, it's kind of sad. Hey, fuck you. As he does a lightning style jutsu, as he just sends electricity all up in that shit. As that fucking the mucus mage is just out cold. He out cold. He slept. He slummed. He's in a whole hibernation season. What you talking about? As you know, he finishes with that. As Longers is pissed, like, hey, I was fighting him first. As Austin just looks at him and he's like, huh? You talking to me like that? You don't know who I am, clearly. Your brother over there told me that you're his little brother and that you're an asshole to him. What's up with that? As long as it just says he's weak, he doesn't deserve my respect. Why should he deserve my respect? I'm stronger than him. There's also just like, yeah, you're stronger than him, but that's no reason to be an asshole about it. You know, I guess I'll teach you a lesson. You see, I'm stronger than my brother. Although we're not blood related, I'm still leagues ahead of him. But I don't flaunt my shit. I keep it to where it's at the same level as him so that he can grow. Now, if you did that with your brother, maybe he could unlock a new spell that could help him fight, you know, help him gain a little bit of dignity. Because right now, he's starting to get that. But I bet you if you talked to him before I talked to you, you would have been a prick about it. You would have been an asshole. I don't like assholes. I think they're scum. They're bitches. They're pussies. Yeah, I'll just leave off with that. Hopefully you took something out of this conversation. But if I hear you're being an asshole to Finral, I'm gonna kick your ass. Alright? Keep that in mind. As he just walks away, he's like, alright, Finral, let's go. As Finral's like, alright. As he looks back, he says, bye, Longers. And Longers just scoffs. He just turns around and walks away, pissed off as fuck. As he just swipes his hand and he erases some houses. Asta just stops and he's like, whoa, what the fuck was that for? And he says, I don't care. These commoners can just build their houses again. And Asta's just like, yeah, that doesn't mean you should go around destroying shit like it's nothing. As he says, and why do you care? And Asta's, because I'm a commoner too. I know what it feels like to be under stress and hard work. I've been doing this for my whole life. So I don't really like it when you're being an asshole like that. So if you don't mind, don't do it again. As you know, he does some wood style as he puts some support beams up, and he does all this shit. As he uses his earth style, builds the houses a little to where they can. It's manageable to build back. It's not gonna take that much force. Like he says, I don't understand people like you. You're just scummy. I don't like people like you. You're lucky I don't kick your ass for this. As he just walks away. As Longers is just even more pissed. He just got told by a commoner. A commoner! And he's a noble. You don't want to talk to me like that. But he doesn't do anything because he just sees the power that's, emanating off Asta. And he just saw them perform Earth style, Lightning style, and all this other shit, Wood style. And he don't want to fuck with him right now. But he's mega pissed. As they walk back, he sees fighting. And he just says, "Hey, yo, As just looks down. And as soon as he does that, he gets clocked in the face. As Asta's like, "Ooh, yeah, my bad." As, just fucking spits out some blood. He's like, "You fucking prick." As he starts fighting the lightning mage, as he knocks the shit out of him. As, he flies in. He's like, "What do you want, Asta?" As Asta's just like, "Yo, can I not say hi? Like, come on now." As, the wind spirit's like, "Who's this?" And, just ignores her. As Asta says, "Hey, it's been a brick since we've seen each other. Hey, what's going on? Like, you been getting stronger?" As Yuno's like, "Yeah, I've been getting a lot stronger, actually. I might even surpass you." As Asta just kind of laughs. He's like, "Surpass me? Talk to me when you actually defeat captains, buddy." But, yeah, I'll fuck with you. I'm pulling your tail. But, what's this thing? He's like, "Oh, you know that book that I got in the dungeon one time?" And he's like, "Yeah. Well, that's what was in here." She's a wind spirit. He's like, "Oh, that's a wind spirit?" That's kind of pathetic, I'm not gonna lie. It's just so little. And it has a lot of power, I can tell, but no, just don't match. But yeah, how you been? How you been? Replies, I've been doing good. How about you? As Asta replies, "Yeah, just got done with a mission. Went to an underwater sea temple, strong magic region. It was pretty fun, pretty fun. Made my teammates surpass their limits, and I had to help him. Defeated one of the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. I've been doing swell, actually. So, yeah. But, yeah, other than that, you want to take care of these other motherfuckers?" As, says, "I'd be glad to." And that's what they do. They start rocking everyone's shit, like, left and right. And they go night-night. And, as soon as they get done, everyone groups up. Yami's still up there with Vanjins, though. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. As everyone's talking, they having a good time. As now we cut up to Yami and Vanjins. As, obviously the smoke mage, I think his name was Lotus. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But, Lotus is up there. As he says, my, I remember you." As Yami's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "You don't remember me? You're the one who gave me this big scar." And Yami's like, "Ew, put your chest away. I'm not trying to see that. I'm not trying to see no nasty scar." But anyways, as he just swipes his ass out the way, and he's just like, "Alright then, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out." As he picks up the other generals that are alive, at least, he takes them away and he says, "Retreat, retreat, retreat." As Yami and William have their conversation about William being in league with the Eye of the Midnight Sun. As Yami says, "So, you don't happen to use light magic?" "You told me no, but I don't know, I get this feeling that you're somehow connected to the Eye of the Midnight Sun." I also kind of find it suspicious that I've never seen what you look like under that mask. You mind if I see what you look like under that mask? I have my suspicions, my doubts, but hey, I just want to make sure I'm wrong, because if I'm not, there's going to be hell to pay. As William's like, "Why are you suspicious of me?" He's like, "Well, you have been absent during the most crucial of times. There must have been a reason. And if there isn't, you wouldn't mind showing me your face, right?" William's like, "Okay then." As he takes off his helmet, as he, sees the scar, and he's like, "Dang, that's a bad scar. Or a birthmark. What is it?" He says, "Yeah, I had this birthmark since I was born in a noble family. I had good magic though, but my family didn't really like me. Until the Wizard King came around and he gave me this helmet. Keeping it on ever since." As Yami's like, "Alright, I'm glad I was wrong. I'll talk to you later, Vengeance." As he heads off, as he meets up with everyone else and he says, "Alright, Fenrir, take us back." I'm trying to get some night. And that's what they do. Now, a couple of days pass, all this and that. And, Vanessa walks by Asta's room and she goes to wake him up. And he says, Asta, come down to eat. And Asta opens the door and Vanessa notices something. That stone on Nero's nest. She finds it a little familiar. As she says, hey, Asta, can I see that stone? As, Asta's like, oh, this one? Yeah, here you go. And he says, this looks really familiar. Asta's like, oh, it does? It's a magic stone. I haven't turned it in yet, but I'll give it to the Wizard King soon enough. And she says, a magic stone, huh? So that's what we're looking for in the underwater sea temple, right? Yeah. It's like, I think my mom might have had one. As Asta's like, your mom? Why would your mom have one? And Vanessa says, well, I'm actually a witch, and my mom is the queen of witches. I haven't told you this, but I'm actually like a runner. I ran away from home, but that's because my mom wanted me to learn this thing that I had. I don't know. It was like this fate magic shit. As us was like, oh, well, that's good at least. You weren't being trapped in wherever you were being held at. I don't know. And she was like, yeah, I was trapped in a bird cage, and it was dull until Captain Yami actually came over here to save me by accident, actually. And I've been here ever since. And us is like, ooh, well, at least he found you, because if he didn't, who knows where you'd be right now. She's like, yeah, I know. But we'll talk about this with Captain Yami. You might be able to go get that stone. And she says, no, we'll definitely be able to get that stone, especially with your help. As Asta's like, whoa. Who said I'd help? She says, oh no, Asta, not this shit again. As Asta's like, yeah. You guys are gonna surpass your limits whether you like it or not. I'ma go with y'all, but like, I'm not gonna help y'all. Unless it's needed, alright? Unless it is needed. And she's like, alright then, alright, let's go downstairs to eat. And she's like, alright then. As he gets ready, he does all this shit. As later they're talking to Captain Yami. As Vanessa says, I think my mother has a magic stone. And I want to go retrieve it, but I don't know if you want to go. It's in the Forest of Witches. As, you know, obviously, Yami's like, oh hell yeah, we should go. We need to collect those. As Vanessa's like, oh okay. How are we gonna get in there exactly though? Yami says. As, Vanessa's like, well, I mean, I could go there, but I'm probably not gonna be welcomed. As Yami's like, yeah, I remember. Asta, do you know a way to get in there? And Asta's like, well, I might know a way. Maybe. I know someone. As Yami's like, oh, you know someone? He's like, yeah. I know someone. As Asta goes and retrieves the man, as he says, y'all remember Fonzel, right? And they're like, oh, Fonzel? Yeah, we remember him. Remember when we went to go help his fiance? They're like, yeah. Well, I obviously been keeping in touch with them, and Dominate has created some sort of thing to where we can get to the Witch Queen without being noticed by all the guards that we were talking about when we went to go get him. Me and Vanessa. And now it's gonna cost a lot, but we can do it. We can deal with it. And he says, Noel, please. As Noel just looks, he's like, what do you want me to do? As he says, um, I want you to pay for it? As Noel's like, alright, how much are they? As Dominic says, they're this amount. And Noel's like, God dang, you want me to pay for that shit? Alright. She pays for some of the cloaks. And, they have enough to go individually. So, Yami says, alright, I'll send the main group. Noel, Asta, Vanessa, Dominate, Fonzel, Mariella, and Finral. Y'all guys can go. Finral's like, wait, why do I have to go? And he's like, because I asked you to go. You don't question your captain, okay? And Finral's like, oh, okay. I got it. As Yami says, also, I want you to be able to teleport there anytime you like, just in case we need to go over there. As Finral's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'll never question you again. As Yami's like, yeah, you better not. As, they're like, alright, get ready to set off. We about to go in a bit. As, when they do that, Vanessa's like, okay, we can go. And Asta says, well, when we get there, like I already told Vanessa, I'm not going to be helping y'all again. And Noel's like, not this shit again, Asta. Please, not again. Asta's like, yo, surpass your fucking limits. I want y'all to get stronger, not weaker, not stay the same. No, I want you all to get stronger. Right? That's the goal. That's the plan. So, put you in more near-death situations and hopefully y'all can handle. You know what I mean? As they all say, fine. As they all start heading out. And when they reach the witch's forest, they all put on the cloaks. They start heading to the center and they don't get caught this time. Luckily. And, it's all fine and dandy. They arrive there to the witch's forest. They land. And the witch queen obviously notices them entering. As Vanessa enters first. As, she walks up to her mother. And, she says, oh, hi there, Mom. As, the witch queen is just, her face is a little mad. She a little ticked off, I ain't gonna lie. And she says, what are you doing back here? Have you finally come to accept your fate? As, Vanessa's like, no, I haven't. I just, I came here for something that you have right there on your ear. As, the witch's queen responds with this earring right here. And she says, yeah, that magic stone. Do you mind if I get it? As she's like, why do you want it? You can't unlock the full power of this. And she's like, oh yeah, I know, but like, I kinda need it, so if you wouldn't mind, can you get... And as soon as she was about to finish that point, she gets slapped across the face. So fast she couldn't even see that the witch queen got out of her seat, went all the way down there and slapped the shit out of her. And so that's when like everyone else goes out, as Asta just like body flickers in front of her, stops her fucking foot, as he says, now, with a smile on his face, do you mind if we have that magic stone, please? As the witch queen says, unhand me. As Asta does that, he picks up Vanessa and he says, are you okay, Vanessa? As Vanessa says, yeah, I'm fine. Kinda hurt a little though. As, the witch queen responds with, why are you guys being so calm? Don't you know that you're in my domain? You're trespassing. As Asta says, yeah, I know we're trespassing, but I can't leave here without that. Also, I can destroy this whole thing if I really wanted to, so you really have no place to talk. I could destroy this entire force, something you've spent ages guarding, in a matter of mere seconds, just by unsheathing a sword. So if you don't mind, can we have that stone? As she says, you're bluffing. You can't destroy this entire force that easily. Don't tempt me. As she starts getting her grimoire out, as Asta just takes out the anti-magic sword, as he says, don't be doing that shit. As he just kind of cuts her real fucking fast, that she couldn't even see that he moved his hand until it was already too late, and she couldn't even dodge fast enough. As he's like, my, you're so slow. That wasn't even the fastest I could go. As she says, insolence. You trespass into my domain demanding things like you have that right. I sent other people. As the Witch Queen is like, what do you mean? And as soon as she finished that statement, she sees alarms go off as, two people from two different sides are coming in. As Asta says, oh, it's the Midnight Sun and, ooh, what is this? The Diamond Kingdom? What are they doing here? I can let y'all handle this, right? As they all nod yes. He's like, alright then. I'll just sit back. You, Witch Queen, you can do whatever you want. Besides sit on your ass, cause I'm only allowed to do that. Cause ain't no one above me. And ain't no one ever gonna be above me. Alright, so skedaddle real quick. As the Witch Queen's like, you can't tell me what to do. As Asta just looks at her so fucking seriously that she's just kind of frozen stiff. And she just walks and starts going. As Asta just sits back, admiring the fucking scenery, the clouds, the trees, the houses that are built inside the forest, the architecture. He don't even care. And he starts seeing that it's a little bit on fire, so he just sends a couple of shadow clones to put out the fires, help some witches. This, that, and the third, he's been a good Samaritan. Except helping. And, when this happens, everyone's fighting. Noelle is fighting with Vanessa. The Witch Queen's off by herself, defeating everyone from the Eye of the Midnight Sun. And Dominate, Mariella, and Fonzel, they're helping the Witch Queen, even though she really doesn't need it. As Vanessa, Noelle, and Finral are going against Fauna. As that happens, Mars starts heading over there as Asta notices something similar. As he opens his eyes and he notices that it's Mars. As just starts flying over there and he catches up to him and he says, oh, what's up there, Mars? Right behind him. As Mars gets so fucking scared, he jumps around and starts shooting magic spells at him. As Austin's just like, yo, whoa, 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 chill, 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 it's me, Asta, chill. As Mars is like, Asta, what are you doing here? As Asta's like, well, I came here to talk with the Witch Queen. I kinda need a magic stone. So if you guys wouldn't mind pulling back, it would be much appreciated. As Mars replies with, sorry, bro, but I can't do that. I'm here with another signing general, and he's just not gonna let me do that. I wish we could draw out. I don't want to lose any men, but he just seems to not care. His name is Ladros, and Ladros has laser magic. A magic that has no advantages over anything and no disadvantages over anything. So he's kind of unhinged a little about that. He's a little sensitive, so if you don't mind, don't say anything about it, or else he'll really go balls deep into anyone and start fighting like a maniac. So please, please, please don't mention that. As Asta's like, all right, I won't. As Asta also continues talking, and he says, "So where are you heading to now?" And he says, "Well, I noticed a similar person who's using my magic over there." As Asta's like, "Over there?" As he looks over there, since he can obviously see farther than a normal human, he says, "Yeah, she has." Oh, it's her. He's like, what do you mean it's her? It's that person they call Fauna on the Eye of the Midnight Sun. He's like, Fauna? Does she have pink hair? He's like, yeah. What kind of magic does she have? As he says, well, you can obviously see that she has fire magic, but she has, eh, by the looks of it, crystal magic? Or mineral magic. I don't know what you call your magic, Mars. My bad, I forgot. Mars is like, oh, no, no, it's fine. But that has to be her. And Asta's like, oh yeah, your best friend? I think you told me about her. Mars is like, I did tell you about her. But no way, that's her. I killed her. So it's like, well, there's a lot of things that could have probably happened. She might be the actual Fauna. Her body might be possessed. Might be a reincarnation. Like me. You see my white long hair? That shit luscious. You know what I'm saying? As Mars is like, wait, what? You're a reincarnation? He's like, oh wait, I never told you that. And he's like, no, no, you didn't. As Asta replies with, oh well, my bad. I thought I told you. And it's like, and Mars says, no, 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 but let's hurry up. As they speed along all the way over there, and they reach the spot to where Fauna is. And Mars looks at her and she says, Fauna, it's really you. As Fauna says, who are you? I don't I don't know you. As Mars says, it's me, Mars. You remember when we were in that place together? When we were forced to take that test? As then Fauna starts holding her head, saying it hurts, it hurts. As Mars says, what's wrong? Are you okay? As she just starts screaming more and more, saying, my head hurts, my head hurts. As, you know, she starts going a little haywire. As, Fonzel, Noel, Finral, and Vanessa are still trying to, like, beat her somehow, but, like, Vanessa's the red magic just keeps getting burnt, and Finral can't get close enough to where they can actually hit her without getting burnt up. And Noel's the only way that they can even get that close because of her water magic. As Mars just says, Fauna, it's okay, I'm here now. As, she just starts the self-destruct sequence. As she's just enveloped in a ball of just fire and just starts spewing fireballs everywhere, 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 everywhere. And when Mars gets hit, he just takes it. And he takes it, and he takes it. As Fonzel's like, well, Mars, what are you doing? Block! As Mars is like, no, she's in pain, and it's all because of me. I, I, I need to die. That's the only way I can repent. As Asta goes over there and he drop kicks his motherfucking ass. As, yeah, Mars is like, hey, what the fuck was that for? As Asta's just like, dude. He's like, dude, you're dumb. Why are you going so far to die? That's kind of retarded, don't you think? Wouldn't it be better if you stayed alive to actually help her get adjusted to this new world that we've been living in? Man, dude. Be smarter, please. Now that we're done with that, let's go help your friend before she actually blows away this entire forest and I really can't do shit. Because if I do try, it might trigger the thing. So we're gonna have to get close with her, and I'm gonna have to use this. As he takes out his grimoire and he pulls out that anti-magic sword. Both of them, actually. As Asta says, alright, let's get this over with already. I want to take a nap. As Mars is like, alright, alright, alright. As they start getting closer and closer, where Asta's actually not. He's not taking any damage. Hashirama says, they really come in handy. As he just walks forward, normal pace. He don't need to worry about nothing. Mars over here, on the other hand, he's struggling. Like a fish out of water, you know what I'm saying? Like he's struggling. As he starts using his phoenix robe to heal himself from getting burnt alive. As Asta's like, really? You need to use that? Damn. I forget how sensitive and weak people are. I guess I'll have to do this myself. As Asta just says, now, let me handle this real quick. As he just starts running, as Fauna just looks at him and she just starts accelerating the self-destruct sequence. As she's almost there, as the fucking ball of fire just increases, as it's about to go over its tipping point. As he thrusts his sword up, as he destroys the self-destruct sequence as Fauna is, falling to the ground. As Mars is there like, Fauna! And, he starts running towards her as, she gets back up and she, says, ah, no, my head, it still hurts. Stop, stop it. As Mars says, it's me, Fauna, it's Mars. Remember, remember who you really are. And she's like, no, stop it, I hate you all. As Mars just runs up towards Fauna and he hugs her. As he says, please, it's me. Remember when we said we were gonna go explore the world together? You're here now, I know you're alive so we can complete that dream. Come on, Fauna, let's go explore the world. As that's what helps Fauna break free from possession. As the third eye just leaves her forehead and she's fine. As when everyone is fine now, and there's a big ass crater obviously, but everyone's okay now. And Mars is hella fucking tired. Had to go through flames. He had to fight other people, this, that, and the third. And so he kind of just passes out real quick. As Fauna tries healing him, but she can't. And she says, can anyone heal him? As Asta says, oh yeah, I can heal him. As, he uses the Naraka path. And, right before he was about to use it, since Asta, he's chill right now. He think everything over with. Ladros comes out of nowhere. Lasers everyone, even Asta. And he hurts Asta as well because I'm going to say Asta wasn't on guard. And when you're off guard, anything can hurt you, basically. I mean, did you not see my boy Goku? Man's got hurt by a bullet. A bullet. Alright? So, yeah. And, Madara is in the fucking mindset. He's like, you dumbass. What the fuck did you let your guard down, you dipshit? I thought you would have learned. You would have learned. You should be me already. You don't let your guard down ever. Asta's like, ah, shit, my bad. As Asta falls down, as he's starting to regenerate, as he's just like, fuck, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Oh shit. Who the fuck dares to fucking hit me? As he turns around and he sees that motherfucker Ladros. And he's like, who are you? And then Fonzel speaks like, that's one of my old students. His name's Ladros. He has laser magic. And he's like, oh, so that's who Mars was talking about. The one who had no affinity. As Ladros gets a little pissed off. And he shoots one more laser towards Asta. And he just deflects that shit. And he's like, fuck you. God. Fuck. That hurts. As he fully heals up, now he's like, alright, there we go. We good. As Ladros is like, yo. What the fuck? How did you heal so quickly? How? How? Tell me. What you is? A healer? Do you got regeneration magic? Zoss like, I don't even have magic, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, we good now. Everyone, I got you. We straight chilling. This Ladros is like, nah, I'm not gonna let you get them. As he starts shooting his a million lasers. As, Ladros is shooting them over and over again. As Asta's just gonna have to deflect all these bitches and take them head on. As, Ladros is like, how are you taking these head on? And Asta's just like, cause I'm built different, bitch. As he just does some hand seals and he just shoots a water bullet in front of Ladros and it just kind of pierces his ass. As Ladros is just like, oh shit. As he falls down to the ground. And Asta thinks it's over. And so he's just like, alright then, everyone. As he picks everyone up, we got shot by lasers and he starts putting them in the mouth. Starts healing them. As Ladros takes this time to, get Fauna. Because Fauna got hit. So he's like, alright, Asta, you motherfucker. How about this? As he holds Fauna hostage. And he's like, alright now. Please use that magic that you were using earlier. I'm gonna need a little snack. As Fauna's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't use it right now. And he says, oh? Do you need some sort of motivation for you to use it? Alright, fine, here. As he shoots a laser on Mars' body, as Fauna just gets hella mad as she uses Salamander. And Ladros is like, yeah, that's what I wanted. Let me get my snack on. Hey, as he starts just eating the magical salamander away from Fauna, he's just eating and eating and eating until he fully just digests it. He's like, damn, that was no snack. That was a whole meal, a feast. Thank you, Fauna, but it seems I have no use for you now. As he shoots her in the shoulder, thinking he killed her, but he didn't. As Asta's just like, oh, fuck. As he rushes over towards Fauna and just like carries her as fast as he can into the the Naraka pad, as he luckily saves her life just in the nick of time. And he's like, holy, you fucking asshole. As he's like, alright then, if you want to play that game, we can play that game. Let's see how you fare against this. As Asta starts using the animal pass as he summons the fucking dog, the huge ass dog, and Ladros is just like, what the fuck is that? How do you have so many different abilities? I'm mega fucking confused. As he starts shooting lasers at the dog, and then he's just like, alright, fuck it. As he uses a big ass laser and just incinerates the whole fucking dog. To where there's nothing just left of it. And Asta's just like, golly, how much magic do you have? You shouldn't have been able to touch that shit, but somehow you did. I guess you're useful for something, bruh. As Ladros is just like, don't make fun of me, you fucking fool. As he shoots lasers towards Asta, and Asta's just dodging them. But, like, it's kind of hard because they're really fucking fast. As, you know, he's luckily just somehow dodging them. And he's like, whoo, 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 whoo. He's like, you can't hit me with these bitches. You're going to have to get a little faster. As that's what he does. Faster and faster and faster. That's all he keeps saying. He says, I can't wait till I bury you 6 feet under the ground. You know, there's only two people in this world. The people who use and the people who get used. And I'm one of the people who use others. You know where all my friends end up? They end up on the ground, begging to live. As, you know, he shoots all his lasers, all his magic power towards Asta. Asta just, he's having a good time. He's just using his truth seeking orbs. He's blocking the left and right. But he did have a lot of blood leaking out when he got shot by the laser earlier. So that's going to play an important role later. Keep that in mind. As, you know, he's fighting Ladros. He's like, alright, I've had enough of this. As he uses his Susano. As Ladros just sees this big ass fucking blue samurai just come out of nowhere. Two swords, then two more swords, and it just pulls them bitches out in an X shape. As boom, he fucking just sends the shockwaves towards Ladros, and Ladros now just has an X on his stomach and chest, and he just spits out blood. He just starts falling to the ground. He's like, ah, shit, this is where I meet my end, don't I? Ah, what a sad way to go. Ah. As Asa just catches him, and he says, no, you're not going to go out like that. I'll heal you up, buddy. As he does, and he just locks him up, and he says, alright. There we go. Hopefully there's no more surprise. Fucking shit, dude. Really? Now you? As the Witch Queen has appeared onto the battlefield. As she says, yes, it was entertaining watching you fight. I never knew someone could have so many different abilities, but I'll have to take those abilities for myself. A perfect being. Nos is just like, you call yourself a perfect being? You know there's no such thing, right? As she says, what are you talking about? I'm the perfect being. I am perfection itself. As us is just like, no, you're really not. I mean, no one can really achieve perfection. It's all just a mindset. Something you should never go for because it could just destroy you in the end. When you finally realize that it's not attainable and it never will be because everyone's perception and thoughts and ideals about perfection is different. So really, you're not even perfect at all. You think you're perfect, but everyone else doesn't. So that's the thing. But yeah, what are you gonna do? You saw what I did to him. What do you think you can do against that? As she says, oh, I have a plan for that. As she gets the blood that was dripping from Asta's stomach earlier. As she says, look at this, I have your blood. And he says, what the fuck are you gonna do with my blood? Drink it? Oh, hardly, no. I'm not a mongrel like you. Asta is like, oh, you call me a mongrel? I ain't even a mongrel. I'm a civilized person. That hurt my feelings. Vanessa, go get your mom. She's mean. She hurt my feelings. And Vanessa's like, stop fucking around, Asta. Just pay attention. She's gonna do something with her blood magic. And Asta's like, wait, huh? Blood magic? Your mom has blood magic? Why didn't you tell me this? As Vanessa's like, you should have already known. She literally grabbed your fucking blood. As Asta's like, oh, I thought she just could control things, but I didn't know she could just control blood. I didn't even know she had blood magic. The fuck? As she says, well, now, I have control of your blood system. As she shoots the blood into his body, as now she just starts infecting, and starts gaining control over his body. As Asta says, what are you doing, you bitch? As the queen says, well, I'm taking control of your body. You're just gonna have to sit back on the sidelines while I have my fun. I'll kill all of your friends right in front of you. As she says, now, blood creation magic. The lake of execution, or whatever the fuck her spell is called. As she does the lake thing, fills the lake with blood, and then, has the, I guess, crosses. And, she puts everyone up. And Asta's just trying to resist, and he's like, what the fuck? I've never had this feeling before. I'm actually being overpowered? What the hell? How the fuck are you this strong? You bitch, you got control over my blood. I was caught slipping. Oh, fuck. Oh, this isn't good. Can't stop it. Fuck. You dirty bitch. As she's like, mind your manners and don't call me such things. I am perfection after all. And I was just like I told you earlier, you cunt. You aren't perfect. But you can keep chasing that dumb and futile dream. You wench. Ugh. Fuck. As he starts to resist the blood magic, as the Witch Queen says, ugh, why are you still resisting? It's futile. As she just increases her control over his body, and he's just like, God, fuck you. As he just falls unconscious. As Vanessa is just like, no, Asta. How was she able to take control of someone like him? As Vanessa is now in peril, deep peril. As she's wanting to protect her friends, as, the Witch Queen is saying, I can't believe I got someone so powerful. Someone that I can call to my aid at any moment, at any time. But for right now, I'll just have to kill you. I'll keep you alive so you can watch everyone die. And then I'll just put you back in your cage. As Vanessa's starting to yell and screams like, no, Asta, wake up, please. I don't want her to do this. Asta, please. As it's not gonna work. Nothing's gonna work. He's knocked out. As, she says, now, go kill them. As Austin starts walking forward towards Noel, as he tries resisting now, as he's finally awoken, but he's just in his mindscape. As he stops his hand from just piercing her heart, as he just starts breathing heavily, as the queen is just like, again with this? When will you learn that you cannot resist? As Asta's trying his best, as he's about to do it, like his hand is removed from his other hand. As his hand slowly approaches Noel's heart, as he's about to pierce it, Vanessa screams, "No!" as Roh appears. The red string of fate is now created, as she finally unlocks the spell that her mother's been waiting for a long, long time. But it's not in her possession just yet. But it's almost there. As she says, has she finally done it? Is that is that the red string of fate? The ability to change fate itself. Oh, how I've longed for this moment. The perfect thing for the perfect being. As Roch goes to touch Asta, as when it does, it averts the death of Noel. As the Witch Queen notices it, and he's like, I swear, his hand pierced her heart. Unless it's the cat's doing. Huh, amazing. What happens if I try to do it on himself? As she, takes out the sword from the grimoire, as, she aims it towards Asta's body, as he's about to pierce himself with it, the cat touches Asta, and he doesn't kill himself. He's fine. As, you know, Asta in his mindscape is just contemplating with Madara, and Madara's just like, look at you, you dumb fuck. Look at what happened when you let your guard down. Now look at this. Look at the mess you've put yourself in, and everyone else. They might all die, and it'll be your fault if they die, especially her. He's like, I know, but I don't know what to do. And then another person comes into play, or another thing, the anti-magic devil. As it appears and manifests itself, it starts to talk. I'll give you power to break free of this blood magic, but in return, I want control over your body. Do you accept this offer? As Asta just looks at it and says, does it look like I'm dumb enough to accept that offer? No. Are you are you okay up there? Like, have you not been seeing the things I've been doing my whole life? Are you kinda dumb? Retarded? Do you need help? I'm not gonna make that deal. It's idiotic. I don't even know how you'd think I'd try or even contemplate accepting that. You're more foolish than I thought. As Asta starts trying to resist the blood magic, as he's actually starting to succeed, and since Vanessa is keeping Roch on Asta, he's gaining more and more of an advantage over the blood magic that the queen has. As then he finally breaks free, and he turns around and says, you fucking bitch. How dare you control me without my consent? I'll show you what the price is, and I'll make you pay that price. As he starts running towards her, and as soon as she's about to put up some blood wall, and her crows were about to come to her aid, he literally appears right behind her, grabs her arm, and snaps that bitch in half. As she just screams out in pain, as she's starting to use her blood magic to heal herself, but it's not really going to do anything. And even if it does do something, Asta's just going to break it again, and again, and again, and again, until she's going to get tired of it and just stop. As Asta just breaks the other arm, and he says, now, I'll kindly ask you just this once, to let my friends go, or else I'll leave this forest unprotected without a queen. Would you really want that to happen? To let all your children die? Just like that? At the snap of my finger I could do that. And I don't even care if I have to kill you. I can tell Vanessa loves you, but if that's the price that I have to pay, and that you have to pay, then so be it. As she's like, okay, I understand. I'll stop. As she lets go of everything, she drops her magic. And she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. As us, it's just like, there we go. finally understanding your place. I am above you, and next time you try to do that dumb bullshit, I will murk you. Understand? Capiche? Are we cool? Was that clear enough for you? Do I need to clarify it a little more? And she's like, no, 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 no. Vanessa, I'm I'm sorry. As Vanessa is just like, no. You know, maybe this was the reason I unlocked it and not when I was with you. Because I have the freedom to do whatever I want. And because I have friends and people I can actually call family. As the Witch Queen hears this, and she finally gets that revelation that she started becoming a bad mother and shit. And all that happens, and she says, I'm sorry. As Vanessa's like, so please don't do that again, ever, please. And she's like, I won't. As all that happens, and they finally get a break, and Asta's just like, God damn, finally get a break. I was caught off guard so many times I couldn't even count it on my fingers. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. That's an exaggeration, but yeah, I should probably never let my guard down again. I got a little too comfortable there. As Madara tells him, yeah, you really did get a little too comfortable there. As us is just like, hey, yo, you shut your mouth, bitch. I know. I recognize the errors in my ways. But other than that, I think we should get home. As the queen says, please don't go yet. I still have to give you the magic stone. As us is just like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot we didn't get that yet. Now, can I please have that stone? Please? As the witch queen says, oh yes. As she takes it off her ear and gives it to Asta. As she says, also, that anti-magic sword. It's impressive that you're able to wield it. It's only because you have this mutation that you couldn't produce any mana. And that's exactly what makes you special, I guess. And you're right. Perfection is futile. I should probably stop. Actually try to become a good person. She says, alright then I'll be off. And Asta says, no, 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 hold up. Do you have any information on why the Eye of the Midnight Sun is going after these? She says, no, I don't, but I could give you a piece of information that might prove useful. As he says, alright, lay it on me. As she says, long ago, elves used to live in this world, and they had a relationship with the humans, but one day they were betrayed. I think they're trying to bring themselves back with those magic stones that you have been collecting. So, they might be looking for a way for reincarnation or something. Maybe that's how they were able to become alive again. Zost is just like, huh, any other information? As she says, yes. Those two swords that you have. As also says, yeah, what about them? And she replies with, those two swords are the last swords of the leader of the elf tribe. As also says, oh, I did not know that. Thanks for the piece of information. I'll keep that in mind. Well, now that we're done with this, how about we head home, everyone? As the queen has a final talk with Vanessa as she leaves, and Mars and Ladros bid farewell to Asta, Noelle, Vanessa, Finral, Dominate, Mariella, Fonzel, and Fauna, because they're going back to the Diamond Kingdom and they can't bring Fauna with them. As obviously Mars says, Fauna, will you wait for me? And she obviously replies with a yes. As Ladros has now changed his ways, I guess. He's seen the errors in his ways. As he says, now, how about we become friends and I'll help you out next time, Asta? He says, I can tell you're not lying. So, you truly did change, huh? Ladros, as he says, yeah. Hopefully one day I'll become a man worth your admiration, Asta. As he says, you already are. For a man to change that quickly, that's impressive. But hopefully you don't go back to the old ways that you had. Well, other than that, I'll catch y'all later. As when they arrive back to the Black Bull's base, obviously Asta gives his report, and he says, yes, Vanessa's mom did have a magic stone, and now we have five. Fuegoleons, Yunos, the one from our first mission, the Underwater Sea Temple, and now this one. I believe we're bidding the Eye of the Midnight Sun for now. I just want to know what they're trying to create. It might spell disaster for the whole Clover Kingdom, but we'll find them. We'll find them soon enough. But is that all you wanted, Yami? Is that all you wanted to know? And he says, yeah. You said the Spade Kingdom and the Eye of the Midnight Sun attacked, right? He says, yeah, they did. But we took care of them, and we even made new friends along the way. He says, oh, well, that's nice. Now, go rest up. As Asta says, alright, I'll just take a nap on the couch. As he does that, and he goes to sleep. When Asta wakes up the next day, he is introduced to some news that he forgot about, or that he didn't even know. The Star Festival. As you know, he asks, like, what's the Star Festival? Finral explains, like, it's where all the Magic Knight squads gather together and they have, like, a whole festival. And then at the end, they reveal the rankings of each squad. But, yeah, usually we're always in last place. So, yeah, there's really no hope for us. We just go there to have fun just because we're obligated to. Or, well, Yami's obligated to. We're not. And Yami's like, yeah, but I make y'all go with me. So, yeah, all y'all tidy up. Meet me outside. We're about to head there. As, you know, they all tidy up. Then they go to the Star Festival. And, you know, Asta asks Finral, hey, can you bring some people? As, you know, Finral's like, oh, who do you want me to bring? And he's, I want you to bring Kahono and Kyoto. As Finral's like, oh, alright. I can do that. How about I make a quick pit stop and you can ask them? He's like, alright. As they do that, they bring them. And, yeah. So when they arrive to the Star Festival, everything's lively, it's all fun. Basically, almost the same thing occurs, but they don't have their double date as they normally did in canon. Except, you know, Asta tells them, you know, you guys can do whatever you want, but me and Noel are gonna go have a date. As when Kyoto hears that, he's like, oh, what do you mean by date? As Asta's like, you didn't know? Me and Noel are a thing. As Kyoto's like, oh, 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 you two are a thing? Like, two parts of a whole together, boyfriend and girlfriend, like, that type of relationship? Asa's like, yeah, um, why are you asking? He's like, oh, well, no reason. And Asa's just like, did you, did you have a crush on Noel? As Kyoto's like, no, I didn't. As he starts twiddling his thumbs, and Asa's like, hey man, I get it. I I caught her first, but like, hey, as Noah's like, you caught me first. No one catches me. I did it because of my own free will. You're lucky I even like you back, because you're still a commoner. As Asa's like, I thought we weren't gonna do that anymore. As she's like, you called me a fish. You compared me to one. What are you talking about? We're not gonna do this anymore. Asa's like, alright, I see how it is. But yeah, Kyoto, I got her first. I'm sorry, bro. Hopefully you find someone that's more endearing than her. As Noel says, I heard that. Okay, I heard that. As Asa's like, you know what I mean? As he says, alright, bro. I'll catch you later, Asta. As Asta's like, yeah, sorry to burst your bubble. As he's like, no, it's perfectly fine. Me and
Kahono are gonna do our dance and singing thing for people. Yay. As Austin just feels like a dick. He feels like an asshole. But he's also laughing because he's just like, damn, that's tough. He didn't make fun of him obviously because he didn't know, but like, sheesh, that's tough. That's tough. And after Kiyoto and Kohono leave, Asta and Noel go out adventuring on their date during the festival. And, Noel does the same thing with the little girl. And, people see her in a new light, I guess you could say. As, Asta says, well, I'm really proud of you. You're actually starting to change. Noel's like, starting to change. Ah, I can't believe you said that to me. As Asta's like, no, 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 you know what I mean. It's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing. It was a compliment. And she was like, I know, but like, it's kind of hurtful, don't you think? Asta's just like, all right, I take it back. I guess it was just buried deep inside your heart or something. She was like, all right, that's, I guess, better. I don't know. Asta's like, well, where the hell are we now? As Noel says, I don't know, but whoa, 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 hold on, Asta. As Asta's like, yeah, what? What happened? She says, do you feel that there's a large amount of mana concentration over there? As Asta, looks over to the direction that she pointed to, and he's like, I can feel something, and it feels like something's going on. And so Asta's like, you want to go over there? And Noah's like, okay, we can go over there. As they start walking over there, and they notice that it's a stand, a food stand, and that it's Captain Yami and Captain Jack the Ripper. One of them is selling squid, and the other one is selling meat. As Asta walks up to Yami's stand, as he says, what the fuck is this, Captain Yami? As Captain Yami responds, well, this is cooked squid. Why? Is there something wrong with it? As Asta's like, yeah, a lot of things. First of all, it's too boring. It's not going to attract any customers. It doesn't give it any spice, any flavor, I guess you could say. It doesn't pop out, it doesn't stand out. It's all normal, regular. You need something that's an eye catcher that'll bring people in. Here, let me whip it up in the kitchen for you. Let me show you how a real chef does it in the kitchen. As he starts sharpening the knife, doing all this, as he says, Noel, can you go buy me some rice, vegetables, and a little bit of sauce? As Noel's like, why do I have to do it? And he's like, please, I'm asking you, please, can you, like, go buy me those things? As Noel's just like, why do I have to go buy it? Can't you send someone else? As Austin's just like, please, Noel, can you go buy me them things? I'll do anything you ask me if you go buy me those things. She's like, uh, anything? As Austin's like, yes, anything. As she says, alright, fine, deal. But you owe me. Remember that. As Austin's like, alright. Damn it. Alright, Yami, you're gonna see how a real chef does it. As after a couple of minutes, Noel returns with the stuff, the goods. As Asta says, we're about to make fried rice with octopus. And that's about to turn out splendid. As he cooks it up, as he puts in the rice, he does all the steps to fried rice. He puts in the vegetables, put in some soy sauce, if they even have that. I don't think they do. And, he says, voila, see if Captain Jack the Ripper can compare to this magnificent beauty. As even the aroma is starting to attract customers. As us, it's just like, now, everyone, please step up to the stand to get your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to taste fried rice with squid. I promise you, it's something like you've never tasted before. As when they do taste it, they are amazed. It's the synchronization, the harmony of these flavors just explode in their mouth. And it's just amazing. As they ask for the recipe, and Austin says, no, that's a trade secret. Sorry. As they all walk around, happy as fuck, but kind of sad. Like, we didn't get that recipe. That shit was splendid. That shit was exquisite. As Jack the Ripper's just like, kia, 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 kia. We lost to Yami, you fucking fool. I told you to advertise our food more, but I guess it was a little bit better, I believe. It did attract a lot of people, so it had something else that we didn't. As they get mad at each other, or Jack gets mad at Yami, and so they go up to the point to where they get to the altercation. As when that happens, they ask Finro to teleport them to the place where they fought the Eye of the Midnight Sun. And when they do that, they start fighting. As Noel tells Asta to stop the fight, and Asta's like, "Why should I stop the fight?" As the Wizard King's there as well. As Noel's like, "Well, what if one of them gets hurt?" And Asta's just like, "I can just heal them. Remember? I want to see what it looks like when two captains fight at their best. I want to see how hard they go against each other. I want to see if they put their all into this fight. I like rivalries. Rivalries are the best. That's what keeps you going. Sadly, I do not have a rival. Maybe one day I will, though. Who knows?" As when Yami starts doing something, he's been training on the side, he's been training on the side. As he says, "Jack, let me show you a new spell that I achieved while I was training. I wanted to show it to you, and now is the perfect time to do it." As Jack is amazed, and he says, "Alright then, Yami, then I'll give you my most powerful attack as well." As they both start charging up their magical powers, Julius is about to step in, but Asta appears behind him and he says, "Nah, nah, nah, nah. I want to see how this goes. I know they're not going to kill each other. And if they are close to dying, I'll just heal them. It's no biggie. It doesn't matter. I have enough power to beat both of them at the same time." As Julius says, "Oh, okay. Are you sure about this?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just leave it to me." As when they release their attack, it just obliterates the fucking cave that they were just in. It is disintegrated. That shit gone, gone. Blown to smithereens. As both of them are quite injured, but they're not that roughed up. They're actually pretty fucking fine. And that shows that their defense is really fucking high. And, they both see that their attacks kind of nullified each other, kind of equaled out. As they were like, "Kia, kia, kia." And Yami was like, "That was a nice fight, Jack. Maybe, maybe we can't fight like this often. Just in a secluded area with Asta with us." As Jack the Ripper's like, "Yeah, yeah. That was a nice fight, Yami. Maybe next time you'll sharpen my blades a little more." As they both laugh and they say, "How about we go back? The ceremony's about to begin." And Yami's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but we're usually in last place, so I don't really care." As Jack responds with, "Kia, kia, kia, how sad for your magic knights. Do you always shoot for dead last, Yami?" As Yami responds, "No, not really, but it just happens. We are the ones to get negative stars after all." As they head back, and the same thing occurs with Charlotte, as Asta and Noelle head there, and they find Charlotte just chilling, and the fat noble tries to, spit some game, but sadly his game was not strong enough, as he was surely defeated. As when that happens, the same altercation occurs. Yami's there, all this shit, blah blah blah. Now,
Of course, when the rankings start, Yami is not there, Charlotte isn't there, but everyone else is there, the Wizard King included. As, the Wizard King says, this year we'll be starting from last place to first. In last place, with 49 stars, the Aquadeers. In 8th place, with 51 stars, the Purple Orcas. In 7th place, with 67 stars, the Coral Peacocks. In 6th place, with 69 stars, the Green Mantises. In 5th place with 76 stars, the Crimson Lion Kings. In 4th place with 83 stars, the Blue Rose Knights. In 3rd place with 95 stars, the Silver Eagles. Now, in 2nd place with 125 stars, the Golden Dawn. As when everyone hears the Golden Dawn in 2nd place, there must have been a mix-up. No way the last squad that's left is the Black Bulls. There must be a mistake as everyone's shocked. Julius says, and now in 1st place with 187 stars, the Black Bulls. As when they hear that, Asta's like, what the fuck? We got 1st place. I didn't even expect 1st place this year. I thought we were gonna get that in next year's Star Festival. As you know, he says, oh, now I have to go all the way up there. As you know, Julius says, yes, this must be a shocker. 1st place is the Black Bulls, with them being in last place for the past consecutive years. But now with their newcomer known as Asta, Madara Uchiha, they've made a lot of progress this year, and it seems like Asta has been showing great results with the things he's done. Asta, are you here? I would like to introduce you to the Clover Kingdom now, properly this time. As Asta just says, I'll be right back, Noel. As he starts walking, and he reaches the crowd and he says, would you mind if you guys step out of the way, please? As they all turn around and they say, who are you? And then they notice a Black Bull's robe and they're like, oh, this is probably Asta. We should probably get the fuck out the way. As they all do, as you know, he just gets up to the edge of the wall, jumps up, and he just lands. And he's just there, just fucking around. And he just stands there and he says, hey there, I'm Asta. As everyone's like, that's him? That's the guy who's been pulling the whole weight of the Black Bulls? And you know, he's starting to get some fangirls. Now Noel getting just a little jealous, you know what I'm saying? Just a little jealous, you know, because my boy Asta over here with the luscious, long white hair. He gotta be pulling the drip, you know what I'm saying? As, you know, Julius says, and now for the Golden Dawn's biggest member, and newest member as well, you know, another rookie who has been pulling his own weight. These two people are even acquainted with each other, even calling themselves brothers. Although not blood related, they do come from the same village. As, you know, everyone's like, oh, they must be nobles or something. Like, no way they're that strong. As, you know, Seke's bitch ass obviously has to blurt out, huh, they're nothing but commoners. They even live in the Forsaken Realm. As, you know, not everyone starts bad mouthing them. As Asta says, now, Seke, when I find you after this, I'm gonna kick your ass. So, you better start running, because you did just piss me off right now. As Seka just starts blitzing it the fuck out of there. As Austin just says, now, for all of you who doubt me, and my brother over here, you know, let me demonstrate my power. I have the power to destroy an entire kingdom within a night. I am the strongest person here in the Clover Kingdom and maybe even the world. And I want everyone to know that. As Asta is now about to demonstrate his strength. As first, he starts forming his Susanoo as this big and majestic with the blue samurai armor around it with its swords and shit and its wings as he flies into the air. As he starts using all the chakra natures as well, like earth, fire, lightning, water, wind. He even uses wood release
storm release, and he takes out his truth-seeking orbs. He uses his Rinnegan, his Rene Sharingan, his Mangekyo, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, his regular Sharingan. Like, he's showing all of these bitches off. As, everyone just jaw dropped. Even the captains, they have never seen this shit. As Asta starts weaving hand signs. As he then says, now, Majestic Destroyer Flame, as he blows it into the fucking air. As that shit just rips apart the clouds, as it just separates everything. There's just this big ass flame just out of nowhere. As Asta just says, is that enough for you? Or is that just not enough? Here, how about this? As he summons shadow clones that are all from every single type of element that it can be summoned from. As he uses the animal path, the Asura path. He's using he busting out all the moves just to show that he's strong enough to fuck anyone up. As that's what he does, as just sighs. He always has to go over the top sometimes. I can't believe this man. Well, now I can't show off anymore. And whatever I do, it just won't compare now. As us just stops everything, as he goes back on the ground and he says, if you didn't think that was enough, then you're foolish. If you did, I appreciate it. Now, my brother might not be as strong, but he does carry the wind spirit sylph by his side. He is very powerful in his own right. Maybe even one day he might be able to catch up to me. But who knows? That might not happen for another million years. As everyone just starts cheering them on, saying he's the best, he's number one, he's going to be the next Wizard King. And now that we're done with the Royal Knights rankings, may I introduce the king of the Clover Kingdom. As Augustus is walking up the stairs, as he's expecting grand praise, obviously, because he's the king, right? But when he arrives into the stage, and he introduces himself as, hi, I am Augustus Kira Clover the 13th, the king of this great kingdom and nation, As, some people were just like, yay, all hail the king, I guess. As, Augustus is like, you can do better than that. I deserve praise and admiration. Some people are just like, jeez, this guy's a fucking mess. Also, why the fuck is he done for this king? Why can't we just have Julius as our king? Is that so hard? We don't even need two kings. As, Augustus is very fed up. And then again, he notices that the Black Bulls won this year. And now he's even more pissed off because it's a commoner squad that won this year. And he says, why did he win? It should be one of the royal bloodlines that won. As, Asta just says, damn, that's all it took for his dumbass to get hot-headed? Sheesh. As Augustus just looks down on him, and who is he to talk? Because I'm gonna say he didn't look when Asta was showing off, so he doesn't even know what the fuck he can do. As, Augustus is thinking, like, I need some grand piece of news. And he says, oh, right. Everyone, I have an important piece of news to tell you all. As everyone's like, okay, we're listening. As he says, we have located the hideout of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. As everyone starts gasping like, and we're planning to launch a full-scale counterattack within due time. And for that, we will have to gather the cream of the crop of the Magic Knights. And within a week's due time, I will gather the best of the best to partake in an examination to be selected for the unit that I call the Royal Knights. This unit will be the leading squad to launch a full-scale counterattack against the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Now, everyone, tell your friends, family about this. We are going to war with the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and finally, we'll take them down for good for trying to sully the name of this kingdom. As everyone starts cheering and shit. And, Asta's just like, yo, shouldn't it be Julius is taking care of this? Like, he knows way more about the Magic Knights than the king does. I mean, if the king wants to do this himself, he can do it himself. But I'm just saying, like, shouldn't he be worrying about other things like diplomatic problems, money, and other things? As Yuno's like, yeah, you're kind of right. As in, Austin's like, so you're agreeing with me, right? And, says, yeah, I am. As Austin just keeps going on, and he says, well, I mean, I really haven't seen him do shit for this country. I feel like it's just the Wizard King who does all the hard work, and then he just picks up the scrap. He's probably only there for his bloodline. As, Julius is finally fed up, as, says, Asta, read the room. As, Asta says, oh, I know, I can definitely read the room. I can tell he's pissed off, but I want him to hear the truth. I don't fucking care. I can't have no insolent king running this country. That's pathetic. As Augustus finally has enough of it, and he says, enough with this insolence. I demand their heads. As Austin's just like, you demand my head? Well, you're gonna have to kill all your Magic Knight squads to even lay a scratch on me. I'm more powerful than Julius himself. If I really wanted to, I could kill you right now. No one would ever see it coming. But I'm not, because I want the best for this country, and I want to become the Wizard King. As Julius says, sir, you don't want to have a bad image. You don't want to start flaunting your royal power just for this dumb reason, do you? I suggest you refrain from taking such action. As Julius is like, fine. I'll be stealing my spot like Julius. As, they stop all this shit, and the rest of the thing goes the same. As that is where I'm gonna end off this part to What If Asta was a reincarnation of Madara Uchiha. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the series comeback, and hopefully I'll upload more parts to this What If in due time. I still need to rewatch the anime since I haven't watched it in ages. And other than that, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all sexy ass motherfuckers later.